Welcome to Lunchtime Yoga. For our practice today, we'll be using a strap, a blanket, and a bolster. If you have a block handy, we might make use of that, but you can always use your bolster or a rolled up blanket as a little block. Let's begin by laying back and closing the eyes, and giving ourselves a few moments to relax and to become present here and to get ourselves ready for a focused but relaxing practice. With eyes closed, we can begin to scan the body from head to toe, just taking note in what we find. Is there tension lurking in those habitual places? Is there an injury we may be taking care of? What's our level of energy? Are we ready to go, or will we ease into the practice? And then begin to draw your awareness to the breath, sending the next breath into the belly ballooning out, gently expanding, and we release the breath as slowly as we can. Take your time with your breath here. At first, it may seem a little bit more shallow, may be difficult to exhale slowly. And let your body get used to this new pace. For most of the day, we spend breathing quite shallow, sometimes quickly if we're stressed. I'm going to share with you a quick reading this morning from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, and it's called The World Body. And it begins with a quote from Starhawk. Earth Mother, you who are called by 1,000 names, may all remember we are cells in your body and dance together. If you've ever flown, you know that from just below the clouds, the roads are like arteries and the cars like cells. From above the traffic, it becomes clear that though we all have places to go, we just keep circulating through the streets. We race and pause and stop and start, never sure if the road we are turning onto will be congested or barren or free. For example, every other day I flip my blinker and drive down Washington Avenue. Some days there isn't a car and the lights are all green. Other days I have to wait and I get irritated. But whether I'm early or late by my time, the dilation and constriction of events is something beyond my control. In truth, like little cells, we race up and down pathways, collecting and dispersing, feeling crowded, then lonely. And somehow just doing so keeps the world body healthy. Like blood through a body, we are life pumping through the streets. Even waiting at a light, we are helping life go on. Isn't it interesting? This connection to the world around us can be made even so simple as observing our path on a roadway. Let's bring the knees together now, walking the feet to the width of the mat. And then beginning with windshield wipers, moving the legs from side to side. The next time your legs move to the right, let them fall to that side, placing your right foot over your left knee, and then stretching your arms overhead. Bring your legs back to center. And then you're gonna grab a hold of your left leg. So we're drawing both legs in, that right ankle staying crossed over the left thigh. Gently pulling in here, supporting the head if you need to with a block or blanket. And let's release here. Grab hold of your right heel and then take your leg out into half happy baby. So the knee moving to the outside of the armpit, deep flexion through the hip, and just about 90 degrees in the knee. And then take your free hand, slide it behind that knee, release the foot, bringing the foot back to the mat, and then knees together, feet wide, moving from side to side again. And then bringing both legs over to the left side, placing the left foot over the right knee. And then stretching the arms overhead. And then bring the legs back to center and then reach for that right leg. Grab a hold. And let's release here. Grab hold of that left heel. Take your leg into half happy baby. And let's release here and then find a big full body stretch. Grab hold of your left wrist, pull that arm over to the right. Grab hold of your right wrist, pull it to the left. Back to the center, drop both knees in and start to rock from side to side. And then roll all the way over to one side and come up to a seat. Let's cross the legs. Take your arms overhead. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, slowly fold forward over the legs, bringing your hands down to the mat. And then we're going to sway slowly from side to side. Feel the dynamic of the stretch changing as you lean to one side and then to the other. Let's move really slowly here. And slowly walk your hands back in. Uncross your legs, cross them the other way. Take your arms overhead. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slowly fold. Once your hands land, slowly move the body from side to side. And then starting to walk the hands back in. Make your way to tabletop. Grab your block along the way and just place it somewhere within reach. All right, in tabletop, we're going to start to circle the body around. So giving the wrists a little bit of a stretch as we come over top of them. And going the other way. Nice slow circles. Coming back to the center. We're going to send our left hip out to the side and then cross your left hand over your right so you can come right up off your mat here. And then really lean into the stretch, leaning over to the left. And then come back to the center, send your right hip out to the side, cross your right hand over the left, coming off of the mat and leaning in. And coming all the way back. Tuck your toes, finding downward facing dog, walking the feet. Let your feet be still now. Send your hips back, soft knees. And then looking to the top of the mat, you're going to step your left foot forward. Grab that block. We're going to place the block on the outside of the left foot. And of course, the left hand will be on that block. So we can start off kind of on the medium setting here and adjusting as you see fit. So make sure your knee is over top of your ankle. Reach back slightly with your right heel. The hips are nice and heavy here. With a breath in, we're going to take the right arm up. So we're opening up. So the block allows us a little bit more range of motion here. So really think about spiraling your rib cage, taking that top shoulder back. Press down through your left foot so that your arm is not holding all of the weight here. Big breath in, exhale. Bring that hand down, switch the block to the other side, again, starting on the medium setting. And then with a breath in, left arm up. Take a breath here. Exhale, bringing it down. Now we're going to bring the block a little bit more to the center here, and we're going to bring both of our hands on the block. So, of course, you can use a bolster or blanket if you don't have a block at home. And then we're going to start to straighten out the left leg, keeping our body fairly low over that leg. Now, it doesn't have to straighten completely, just work your way toward that. Soft bend in the knee is always nice. Then start to bend the knee again. Lower your right knee down. Step your left foot back. So we're going to make our way to tabletop. And then we're going to walk our knees wide, bringing the big toes together. Place your block flat on the right corner of the mat with your right hand over that block. Sit back over your heels and then thread your left arm through. A little supported or lifted, thread the needle. Let's start to slide that arm out. Move the block to the other side. Left hand now up on the block, and we thread the right arm through. And then sliding the arm out. Move the block out of the way. Lift yourself up to tabletop, and then finding downward dog again. And then walking the feet if that feels good. Let your feet be still. Look to the top of the mat. Bend your knees, shift your weight back, and then step your right foot forward. Grab your block, place it to the outside of that foot, medium setting. And then just get set up here. Press back through your left heel. Let your hips be a little bit heavy. And then with a breath in, we're going to take that arm up. Again, with that extra space that we have, we can really focus on spiraling the rib cage. And then we make sure that right foot is active to help support some of our body weight. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring that hand down, grab the block, move it to the other side. And then inhale the right arm up. And a big breath in. And exhale, lower down. Move the block a little bit more to the center, both hands on the block now. And we start to straighten out that right leg as best we can, trying to keep our body low over the leg. And start to bend that knee, lower the other knee down, move your block out of the way, step back. We're going to find just a regular child's pose. So taking the knees wide, big toes together. Sit back over your heels, and then let your body melt down, supporting the forehead if you need to. And now slowly coming back to tabletop. And then from here, we're going to step our knees back just a little bit. Step your hands forward just a little bit. Slide your body forward into a low plank. And then lower yourself down onto your belly. Stretch your arms out in front. And then we're going to lift the right arm and the left leg just a couple inches away from the ground. And then switch. Left arm, right leg. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch one more time. And bring it down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Tuck the elbows in. With a breath in, lifting to cobra. So it could be a little baby cobra, maybe a little bit higher, or maybe all the way up. Take a couple breaths here. One more breath in. And exhale, lowering down. Bring your left arm in front of you, and then reach back. Grab your right foot, pull the heel toward the buttock, releasing the front of that right hip down toward the mat. And let's release here. Switch to the other side. And let's release. Stretch your arms out. Lift the right arm and the left leg. And then switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch one last time. And lower down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Tuck the elbows in. Take the shoulders away from the ears. And then with a breath in, lift your body up into whatever cobra shape works for you. One more breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down. And then inhale, press up and into tabletop. Let's get set up here for some cat and cow. With a breath in, lift your tail, drop the belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the tail and the chin. Keep going, working with the pace of your breath. Let's do one more of each. And then come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Let's walk the feet. And then let your feet be still. We're going to move into King Pigeon Pose. We're going to begin by taking the right leg straight up into the air, finding a little three-legged dog, and then bend the knee, tuck that leg underneath you, and bring your shin down to the mat. Lower your left knee down, and then inch back a little bit, arranging your right leg so that it's comfortable, but you can still feel the start of a stretch here through that hip. And if you need to support the hip, you can use your blanket or even a block and tuck it underneath here. All right, we're going to begin to come down to the forearms. Always taking our time. There's no rush here. See how the body responds. If this feels okay, then maybe you can release your body a little bit more, bringing your forehead onto your folded hands. And start to slowly lift away from the ground, making your way to your forearms and then up to the hands, sliding any supports that you're using out of the way. And then we're going to tuck the toes of that back foot and make your way to downward dog. Let's walk the feet. And then take the left leg up into the air, nice big three-legged dog, and then bend the knee, bring that leg down to the mat, lower your right knee down, and then inch back a little bit here. So figure out how to arrange that left leg, whether your heel will be a little bit closer to your hip or closer toward the top edge of the mat. Support your left hip if you need to with a little blanket, and then start to make your way down. Forearms first, see what that's like. And then maybe lowering your forehead down as well. And now slowly starting to come up, moving any supports out of the way. And then you can just kind of roll over to the left side, swing your legs out in front of you, grab your strap, and make your way down. Let's take hold of the right foot, stretching that leg up, but keeping a bit of a bend in the knee. Pull it toward you till you get just enough stretch here. Pull that leg in just a little bit closer. And then let's take both ends of the strap into the right hand. Take the leg to the outside. And let's bring that leg back in, strap into the other hand, take the leg across the body. Just take a moment here to make sure that you're not tensing up through the right hip or right waistline. Keep everything loose and relaxed. Take a big breath here. And then exhale, guide that leg back to center. And release the foot from the strap. Let's go to the other side. Slight bend in the knee. Take that leg up. Maybe pulling the leg in a little bit closer. Then let's take both ends of the strap into the left hand. Take that leg to the outside. The other hand can perhaps stabilize the hips. And let's bring that leg back in, strap into the other hand, taking the leg across the body. Again, take a moment here to make sure the left side of the body is relaxed. No extra tension. And we'll take one more big breath in. And then exhale, guide that leg all the way back in. Let's move the strap out of the way. Bring the knees to the chest, and we can rock from side to side. And pause at center, full body stretch. it's time for Shavasana. So let's put on some extra layers if needed. Grab your bolster, your blanket. Give that a little peace blend. Let's begin here with eyes closed, noticing the weight of the body on the ground. Feel the weight of the legs and the arms, the back and spine, and the head. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, let your whole body get super extra heavy. Take a moment to relax the muscles of the face. Relax that spot between your eyebrows. Relax the muscles around the eyes, the muscles around the mouth. Relax the jaw, the neck and throat, the shoulders, and then like a wave, the rest of the body. Start to notice the movement of breath in and out and through the body. Each breath guiding you deeper and deeper into a state of pure relaxation. Your only task now is to keep your awareness on the natural rhythm of the breath. Starting now to bring awareness to the body, letting the body move in any way that feels natural, and then making your way onto your right side to rest. And now making your way to your seated position, closing your eyes once you get there. Let's bring the hands together in front of the heart, taking a moment to bow our heads in gratitude for this day and for the many blessings in our life. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you. See you next time.